In this video, I'm going to talk about why I believe the Nissan 400Z, the latest of the Z cars, is going to be a future icon, much like its older siblings, and why I believe it's one of the best sports cars you can buy on the market today. But unfortunately, it's not coming to Europe. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Cars with Ben. From the off, I think the 400Z is going to be a future classic, and there's no doubt in my mind that it definitely will. The design and the power are all there, and it's got the ingredients for what is going to be a great sports car. It's taken a lot of cues from its older siblings and predecessors, as you can really see in these pictures. There's a lot of design cues, especially the two-door sort of slanted coupe look that all the Zs have had before it. And what's a shame about this car is that I believe it'll be future classic because it's not going to Europe, sadly. It's only going to be sold in Japan, North America, and Australia. So with that in mind, let's jump into why I believe the three reasons are. Very few cars these days take initial inspiration from their original prototypes. Take, for example, the Subaru Impreza or the Pontiac GTO. Well, the reason I believe the 400Z is going to be a very popular car and future classic is that it's very much the style like the original 240Z, which was, of course, the very first in the model line. And since then, the cars have been just a massive hit. The smoothed off side profiles really make it a sporty stance, very similar to the 370Z, which was the previous model. And the tail light clusters are raised and rear bumpers are a strong resemblance to the 90s 300Z. So every part of the design of this car is already taken from every single car before it in the Z line. And that has always proven successful. It's got the 350Z sort of bar, similar to that old region from 20 years ago, and pretty much every bit you can think of has been put into the new 400Z. There's also a nod in the cabin because there is certain things such as the dashboard. So, for example, it has a 12.3 digital meter display in the latest model, and it also has pure Z looking badges and interior cues from older cars from the past. The door handles and steering wheel design all bring back the mind of aesthetic of earlier models, and there's so many colours and trims to choose from. It looks like it's going to be very similar to what was originally created.
The new Z wheels look so good to the point I'm not even sure I would change them, and the red and yellow brake calipers have been looking stunning. The competition has a lot to worry about.
The second reason why I believe this car will be a modern classic is that it is an amazingly powerful and great brand new engine. All Z models are going to come equipped with a new 3-litre twin-turbo 400 horsepower V6. And now, like I said before, the world is changing. We're not going to have petrol or we're not going to have diesel. So this car is going to be sort of the last of its kind, if you like, because they're going to start making stuff like this. So you could really expect this to be sort of the last of its era. And to that reason, I believe it will be very special. It's said to be quicker to 60 than a 370Z, and the 370Z was a cool car, although it was a bit fat, so maybe that's to be expected. It's definitely lost some weight this time. It should be near the 4.5 second mark in line with the other two sports cars that its competitors are, which are the GR Supra and the TT. But if other cars that could be involved as well, such as the Boxster. Unlike most alternatives, the Nissan Z will be offered with a 6-speed manual, which, as it should, because it needs that 6-speed power for the 400 horsepower, but it will also come in an automatic. What I really like about the new engine is that the handling and brakes are said to be a big improvement through the whole car as well, so especially of the 370Z, it's going to have a lot more power. However, the traditional front engine rear wheel drive layout with the limited slip diff have been retained, so that is going to be a preferred setup for most people who are driving enthusiasts. The final reason I believe this car is going to be a hit is the price. The 2022 model will be released later this year, and in America, of course, it's being sold already. Unfortunately, it won't be coming to Europe due to strict emission regulations, which is such a shame. But as a result, they've really had to price this car very well. It's $40,000 or around £35,000 to £40,000. And compared to the Supra, at least, that's about $10,000 cheaper than what it would be. And they've really had to market it well because it sits very well in between the Supra and the GR, which I'll do a comparison video for the GR86 in another video. And compared to its old predecessor, the 370, well, that's probably going to sit around the same price as when it was new as well. So it's just worth bearing in mind that they've actually dropped a bit as well in price. Whether there'll be a Nismo, it remains to be seen, but I look forward to seeing it.
Hope you've enjoyed this Cars with Ben video. Don't forget to subscribe if you like car content.